Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 between Bram and Nick in this best of 7. Bram spawns in on the left-hand side of the map here, one up in this series, playing as the Hauser here, so bringing out one of his main civilizations here up against Nick. And we see going to be grabbing this nice treasure early on, 50 food, definitely nice to grab right there. Going to be gathering this cattle as well, so time to start here, going to be grabbing himself a nice little treasure, but spawning in on the right-hand side of the map in the color red, we've got Nick playing as the Portuguese. I've actually seen this this matchup before on this map, and it went pretty well for the Portuguese. However, this is a matchup which is actually favored for the Hauser. So we'll have to see what Nick can do here. If he can actually look to try and take out Bram in this matchup. That's a little bit tricky for him, but we'll have to see. Bram got to be feeling pretty confident coming into this one, but obviously very, very closely matched players here, so we'll have to see what happens. We see Bram picking up plenty of treasures right here. Got the two tigers to attack each other, so pretty low on HP. What's that? A nice 70 wood treasure. Definitely a nice start right there. So Bram being one up in this series, you know, this is where it's got to start to mess with Nick a little bit, right? You're down by 1 in the series, and now you're facing this matchup up against Bram's one of his main civilizations. It's got to feel a little bit rough. So maybe Nick's just preparing himself. Maybe this is a bit of a throwaway game. That's sometimes what we see players do, right? They just sort of, they accept the fact they're going to lose this game, and they just try and recuperate themselves, just try and not stress out too much, and just try and wait it out for the next game, and then try and hit back hard. Because it's not always about the singular game in these sets. It's more, you know, mind games. There's a lot of mind games too, because best of 7 can take a long time, depending on how long each game takes, right? But we see here Bram. I don't think he's going to be able to steal this treasure. Yeah, we see there Nick. He's paying attention. No, Nick! Oh my goodness, Bram. What a steal. 40 wood right there. What a bargain. And have a look at the Explorer skin, by the way, there for Nick. I gotta say, I do like the new skins that they're adding into the game for H3. I think it's pretty amazing. I think they're pretty cool, you know, especially as we got free-to-play here now as well. Though I do wish they'd add ranked for free-to-play. I think that's something they're missing out on. But anyway, nice steal there for Bram. Definitely off to a pretty nice start. I mean, 110 wood just from treasures alone is great for being only 3 minutes into the game. So Bram gonna be aging up now with Songhai. We see Nick, he's already aging up as well, pretty much almost to the end. He's going up with the Philosopher's Prince here. Now, are we going to be seeing a forward town center? Because this is something we see quite a bit, right? It'll be somewhere on this middle island, I'd expect. I feel like this is a little bit too close. No, this is a good spot. You get the gold mine, you get hunts, and the gold mine's really, really important here as well, as your next golds are pretty far out, right? I mean, gold mine over here. What's this? Salt mine, silver mine behind the base. So gold mine in the middle here, definitely going to be an important part of this game if it goes later. So we'll have to see where Nick looks to place it, because I feel like going too forward with this town center can be a little bit risky. But we'll have to keep an eye out. We see Nick is going to be sending forward that covered wagon. Let's see if he's placed down. He's got it rallied over here. Okay. Sending through the gold now. So I assume we're going to be seeing that classic fast fortress out of the Portuguese here. Then into a big H3 push with organ guns. As we do see there, the town center goes down on this gold mine like expected. Both players do have a trading post. Or Bram, he's getting his trading post now. So I think this is going to be the build we see out of Nick. But yeah, I mean, standard deck here. The deck's actually called Versus Nats. I wouldn't call the house a native, but sure, we'll go with that. But Bram dropping down that war camp now, already has his university up. So we'll have to see what he looks to do here. Does he look to stay H2? I think he has to, right? I don't think this is a matchup in which Bram can think about aging up here. You're just going to get crushed by the H3 push that comes in from Nick. So I think Bram's plan here is going to be to stick to H2. Let's have a look to see the card he's sending through. Palace of Amina, which delivers a palace builder, adds an extra palace, and delivers 3 tokens of influence, as well as a Sangha cattle. So pretty nice card there. I mean, yeah, for the Palace, right? The Palace is going to buy him a lot of time here when that H3 push does come in, which I assume Bram knows is on the way. If there's any a strategy to work here up against the Hausa, it's definitely going to be this H3 push. As we see here, Raiders come out. That Explorer going to be going down, so some nice XP pick up there from Bram. Not a huge deal for Nick, but, you know, every little bit counts in this matchup. We've also got Songhai Raid coming in, which grants 5 more Raiders right here. So Bram up to a huge amount of Raiders already. So really, really nice mass right there. Let's see what else he's got on the way. He's sending in the 700 wood right now. Starting to train up even more Raiders. He's just going mass Raiders right now, which I guess it works, right? You got to be a little bit careful when Nick gets to H3. And, you know, he's got 8 Halberdiers in the deck, so as well as 5 Dragoons. So you got to be a little bit careful here. But we see H3 comes through. That second covered wagon comes through. Going to be starting to construct there. Bram, he's on his way back. Doesn't find any kills, but does a little bit of idling there. 13 vills inside that TC, so definitely a nice little bit of idle time as we see that town center's going up. Is Bram going to commit to this burn down? I feel like he probably can. I mean, we got nothing in this TC to give town center fire, but militia get called. Villager, knee stop inside. We've got more and more raiders coming through. I think this is a town center going down here for Nick. That is huge value right there for Bram. But Bram, he's losing quite a few raiders. We see 4 raiders have gone down. 5 raiders. 6 raiders. I mean, this is going to be a really tight one here. There we go. The town center, it goes down. But Bram, he lost a lot of raiders right there. I'm not sure if that was entirely worth it. I mean, sure, it's a town center. That's huge value right there for Bram. But Bram's lost a huge amount of his army. And what Nick's going to have coming through in the next few minutes is going to be huge. And Nick... Oh, sorry. Bram is going to need as much army as he possibly can to try and defend up against what Nick's going to have on the way. Because I'm sure he's going to be going in for a bit of a death push soon. As we see 8 Halberdiers is being sent through. Barracks also being constructed. We have got 3 organ guns in deck. 200 coin right there. So we'll have to see if that comes through soon. Only the 1 trading post still here for Nick. Let's look back over at Bram's base. We see sending through quite a lot of Fulani archers, as well as 5 more desert, or 5 more raiders. So plenty of raiders still coming through. But I feel like there could have been... it's a tough one, right? If Bram holds this big push, he's in a great spot because he's taken out a lot of eco of Nick's, right? Well, not necessarily he's taken it out, but he's denied away a lot of eco by taking out that town center, right? So I feel like he's in a good spot when it comes to that. But you've just got to survive, which may be a little bit tricky here. We've got lots of musketeers coming through from Nick. 8 halberdiers with... I believe these are the new skins. Are these? I believe the halberdiers have received a new skin. Or maybe not. They look a little bit different. Maybe not. I don't know. But we got 3 organ guns coming through now for Nick as well. And this is where he's going to be looking to push, I think. 3 organ guns. I mean, we see here... Oh, look at this. Oh, this is smart out of Bram. So he's just keeping the Fulani archers in the base here. He's got the castle here to just tank. And then when it comes forward here to start to siege down this fort, he's got the raiders here for the surprise attack on the back line. I mean, ideally, what I would do is pull like 8 of these guys and stick them like over here. And then you can go in for like the sandwich. But I think this still works as well, as we see now the organ guns come through. And Nick, he's ready for that death push. Bram, going to be looking to probably just explore a little bit. Does get taken out, but he's found the information that he needs. So he knows the 3 organ guns are on the way. The halberdiers are going to be a big damage dealer though. So as long as Nick keeps these halberdiers nearby, I don't think these raiders are going to be able to do much damage here. But ideally, Bram wants these halberdiers to be sieging down this fort. But yeah, we see Nick. He's not going to be falling for that one. Keeps them near these organ guns. Fulani archers. Huge mass here for Bram. 24 Fulani archers. Desert raiders. Or not desert raiders. I don't know why I'm calling them desert raiders. Just regular raiders here coming in here for the surround. Trying to take out those organ guns. Fulani archers going to be focusing down the halberdiers here. Raiders able to take out the first. All of the organ guns go down. Bram going to be losing a lot of his raiders there though. But cheap units. Easy to replace. And Bram has taken out the most important part of the army there for Nick. the organ guns. And this buys Bram so much time, especially with the fact he took out that town center at the beginning of the, or near the beginning of the game here, which it basically just stops Nick from having a huge eco advantage now. We see Bram, he is going to be, in fact, he's not even behind. They're both at the same amount of vills, which is a little bit concerning here because it means Nick's probably had some idle time. We see Nick is actually going for a stable transition now, so going to be going into full Hussar. It looks like, because his barracks is going to be going down here very, very soon, which I think works, especially with the fact he's in age 3. Veteran Huss will just demolish all of this. In fact, yeah, it counters literally everything here. Raiders, they're not great versus other cav. They're very much what they say in the name. They're good at raiding. They're not so much good at fighting when it comes to other cav. But you know, let's see. Bram looking in a great spot though. Honestly, he's you know, he hasn't lost much this game, and he's found huge value here. He's going to be taking out this town center as well. Raiders have a huge amount of siege damage, so that town center will most likely be going down. We see the Fulani archers here buying a lot of value. Villagers going to be hopping out. May possibly be losing a couple of them. We see at least 2. 1, 2. Okay, 2 of them going to be going down. 3. Oh, yeah. Huge value there for Bram. I feel like this is pretty much game over already. All the vills going to be going down. All the army going down here. Nick is going to need a lifesaver to come back into this one. We see now 700 coin being sent through from Bram. So maybe looking towards the age up himself now. Definitely makes sense, right? After a huge win like this. Or you could just think about just keep on massing up, right? Just push into the base. We see Huss coming through here for Nick. Is it age 2? It is age 2 still. Not grabbing his age 3 upgrade for the Huss yet, but I'm sure that'll be on the way soon. But Bram's found the value he needed, right? This game is pretty much over unless Nick can have a huge comeback. I mean, maybe mass cav, and if he wipes the army, then goes for some pretty huge raids, could possibly bring him back into this. But it's going to be tough, right? Your 2 town centers down, your barracks down, and you've lost your whole army, including your organ guns. Meanwhile, Bram lost not exactly that much, right? He probably lost maybe 20 raiders, maybe less. So I would say it's a worthwhile trade there for Bram, especially now that he's got the eco lead. He's up by 4 vills, which, you know, when you're playing as the Portuguese, that's something you really don't want to be up against. But we see here Bram. He's just waiting outside the base. He's going for the age up, I think. Yeah, there it is. Age up coming through. Going up with Hauser. Nick. He's just massing up that Huss. Really would love to see that veterancy upgrade coming in for these Huss, because then you could probably think about just diving onto this. I mean, he's lacking a little bit on wood at the moment. Doesn't have a... oh, he does have a market down, so I honestly just think about buying the last 100 wood and just getting that better upgrade. Because we see Bram's a little bit out of position here, you know. If Nick pounces on that with this army, that will easily go down. But the question is, will it go down with the Raiders? Just because these are not age 3 Hussar. We need the age 3 Hussar coming through. But anyway, let's see if we got Cassador being sent through. A Cassador, okay. At the moment, neither player really pushing. Nick's just sort of banking on the fact that this cav raid will, or this cav push will work. It's going to have to work, as we see now. Bram, he's up to that next stage. He's going to be looking to upgrade his units. So Bram, you know, he needs to just survive out until he gets his upgrades through. Then he can probably think about pushing, as we see that elite ranged warriors upgrade is coming through, as well as the elite hand cavalry now. And as soon as these come in, I feel like this cavalry isn't going to be doing as well. Still no veterancy upgrade. Nick, you need that upgrade. As we see here, Bram, he gets through the upgrade now for the Fulani archers. Raiders only a few seconds away, as well as, what have we got here? We got imported cannons coming through, so he's going to be able to make cannon now from his castle. There we see archers engaging onto the Cassador. These are veterans Cassador though. As we see now, players going to be engaging. Huge amount of Hussar here for Nick, but no veterancy upgrade through. I think Nick will still win this fight. He's got Minutemen in here, as well as a plenty of Cassador. But this fight could have been so much better here for Nick if he had that veterancy upgrade through, which is still not coming through. I mean, yeah, it's still a good fight here for Nick, but he needed a huge amount of his Hussar still alive here to be able to push back into Bram's base, right? You need to get a huge raid off here to be able to come back into this. As we see here, Bram coming through with 15 elite raiders, which I have a feeling is going to clean this one up. Fulani Archer is going to be clearing up the... probably also want to focus down that militiaman, but yeah, that's going to be going down. There we go. And now the raiders going to be able to clean up the rest of the army here. And with that, I don't think Nick is going to have any sort of a comeback here. I feel like maybe the veterancy Hussar, but that's even pushing it. And there we go. GG gets called. Bram are going to be taking the second game here in this set. If you did enjoy this castle game, consider subscribing, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys for game number 3 in this best of 7.